So I'm going to use few different decks, actually. I'm using the Akashic Tarot. I think I put the box somewhere just in case I will feel the need to get more information from the booklet. Although I'm quite familiar with the cards and I'm used with them, and before the reading I meditate on them. So should be interesting. But like my table decorations here, yeah, this makes me super nervous. So let's try to pick up a card. Let me see something actually here. Let me see something. Okay, so let's see which messages are to come out. Welcome to this live session, the first one that I am doing. So let's see, guys. I feel the need to give this deck a few more shuffles. I've seen the journey and views of the ego. The journey is quite similar to the Six of Swords, moving away to more calm waters again. And the Queen of Roses. The Queen of Roses is a very loving individual. She gives love, she waits for love, she craves for love. I would see her as the divine feminine in all of this. Okay, one more shuffle. Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael. It's a 9. Okay, let's see which is the first card. And it's Archangel Michael. You see the beautiful wings there. He has these children that he is protecting. Maybe one of you has children, either the divine masculine or the divine feminine, or both of you have children. It's a sense of wanting to protect the kids. You see, he has here that heart on his chest made out of flames. This is absolutely gorgeous. This is really, really gorgeous here. Archangel Michael. Let's see it in connection with the other cards. Well, what I feel with this is that you are protected by the angels. There is a lot of love. There is a sense of wanting to protect those that are vulnerable. Oh, wow. Okay. So next we have the 8 forces, the lightning bolt. This is an interesting card. So that lightning strikes the tree. That could be the tree of life. To me, this card is very similar to the Tower card in the tarot deck. Very, very similar type of energy. You can see that there has been trouble for a while, because if you look at this card, you see here these puddles of water. So there was a storm for a while. Okay, this doesn't necessarily come as a surprise. You are expecting, if there is a storm, you are clearly expecting lightning and thunders and all of those things, right? But something is being destroyed. Maybe a structure crumbled, something that seemed, okay, maybe something related to the family tree. So I look at these two cards together and it makes me think actually, maybe through a separation from a marriage, or yeah, pretty much. Maybe some sort of divorce, maybe, and if you have kids with someone, maybe with the karmic, or one of you has kids with the karmic, it feels like a divorce or a separation is going to be like a lightning bolt coming down the family tree. Okay? But sometimes, you know, sometimes it's not necessarily healthy for the kids to grow with two parents that stay together only for the kids. Okay? Two parents that have nothing in common, that hate each other, that don't want to be there, right? But they only stay there for the children. So that's not necessarily very helpful. That's not necessarily very helpful. And then you have the Queen of Keys. The Queen of Keys is an individual that is very, very, very rational. Okay. It's someone who's rational, is someone who is in her power. To me, the Queen of Keys is very much the equivalent of the Queen of Swords in the traditional tarot. She's waiting for something. Maybe she's waiting to make a decision. She has a book in her hand. To me, the book in this deck is very much a representation of the book of life, writing the book of life. She's waiting for something. She has a smile on her face, though. She knows better times are going to come. She's waiting for better times. If, for example, if you know in this deck, you would see that the King of Keys actually comes back from a trip, comes back from war, comes back home, right? So the Queen of Keys here could be the divine feminine, but the rational side of the divine feminine. Okay. I can see someone else came in the room. Hello. And this is a reading for twin flames, soulmates. Welcome, welcome. You didn't miss much. I'm just pulling out the cards from the Akashic Tarot. I'm going to be using quite a bit of decks. So far we had Archangel Michael, and with a need to protect children. Hi Sylvester, how are you? Then we had the lightning bolt, and now we have the Queen of Keys. So, and at the bottom of the deck, I was just telling you about the King of Keys. I was just telling you about this. You see how they match together? So she's waiting for him. She's looking out of this balcony. She's waiting for him. She's waiting for her divine counterpart to reach back home, to come back home. Okay? The cards want to talk. Winged messengers. So there are some messages that are going to come your way. If you look closely to this image, at this table, there is a cup that is filled. Someone may be rushed out. Maybe someone left without saying goodbye. Maybe there was a conflict. And you have two types of messages here. One, you have this dove, a symbol of peace that comes from that angel behind it and brings a message. to me, it looks like a peaceful resolution. And then you have this eagle or hawk, or not very good at birds. Here, that brings another type of message. I feel that one of these messages is related to this lightning bolt that has an impact on the family tree, on the family structure. And then maybe this Queen of Keys here is actually out there looking from that balcony because she knows her divine counterpart is coming her way. She actually knows that. One more. Okay, these are a bit too many. Yeah, there has been a conflict. There has been a conflict. Two sides. So this could be either a message for the divine feminine or the divine masculine. We are going to figure it out a little bit later. Someone had to go through a separation. Someone had to maybe find peaceful resolution to a crisis, because you have both armies here that are ready to face each other. The sky is cloudy, is dark, clearly in the times of war. It's nothing pretty, right? You have the two flags that actually are blended together into one here. When you go to war, clearly is going to be blood that is being shed. That's a reality of the things, right? Whatever type of confrontation you enter, you have two options. Either you fight or you find a compromise. You find a compromise. I feel that this, one of the messages here brought conflict, brought this conflict, brought this. While the other message brings the peaceful resolution to this. I feel there is also an indication of a timeline. So maybe something that has been happening this summer, it will find this peaceful resolution by the end of the year. Okay, so if one of the divine counterparts, right, either the divine, hi Sonali, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Thanks for dropping by. So basically what I feel with this summer-winter card, to me, is a card of cyclic movement, right? The same way as the seasons change. This summer is a very busy time, is a time of the nature is blooming, the crops are growing, everything is busy, the days are long. I'm good. I'm a little bit nervous because this is the first time I'm doing a live reading. So I'm very grateful for you guys to show up. This is actually awesome. It's also the first time I'm showing my face in the readings. So yeah, I'm trying to deal with the nervous part, but I'm happy to be here. So as I was saying, while winter is a time where the nature kind of takes a break, stands still, is preparing itself for the revival in spring, right? Now, oh, thank you so much, Sylvester. That's awesome. Really, thank you so much. It means a lot. It actually, I'm going to quickly tell you guys. Oh, thank you. Don't worry about it. It's only the makeup, Sonali, really. But that's really, really sweet. Thank you. I'm grateful. Actually, so I'm a graduate of journalism and English. That was many years back. So when I was in college, I used to do live television. I was very bad at it, to be super honest. I was insanely bad at it. I have no idea why those people would let me there be live. Um, but yeah, so I kind of said to myself, I'm never going to do this ever again. Well, never say never. Here I am. Yeah, so basically, with this five of forces, fives are about changes. Fives are about changes. So if there has been a conflict, if there has been, how do you call it, a very busy time, busy with conflict or with whatever else, right? Um, Everything is going to slow down by winter. And I feel that this period of time is going to be used for healing. If you have heard any of my readings before, you know how much I emphasize the element of healing. Uh, I genuinely believe that when we go through traumatic events, um, we have to deal with that trauma. We cannot just put it under the carpet and move on and say, oh, it never happened. No, because it did happen, actually. In fact, it did happen. So you have to deal with it. You have to work through it. You cannot just say, oh, nothing happened, I'm fine. Okay, you are fine. I used to do that. I actually used to be one of those people that was like, no, I'm fine, I'm okay. Nothing is too bad. Yeah, I can go through anything and I'm strong and I'm this and I'm that. Until one day, when I ended up cracking under pressure for like small things. And everyone was like, what's your problem? This is something small. But it's because I have never healed. And then I started going through the healing process and so on and so forth. So maybe the winter months are going to be either for the divine masculine or for the divine feminine a period of healing. Healing after getting out of a relationship with a karmic, healing their past traumas. It's like I always say, unless you have lived alone in a remote place and you have never interacted with anything, there's the only moment in time when you can say you've never had trauma. As soon as you interact with people, you interact with the world, you're going to go through pain. You're going to, the events in your life are going to leave a print. Maybe it's not huge trauma. Maybe it's something easy, something simple, but it's still something that you need to heal. To me, this card makes me think of Jesus, a representation of Jesus, the healing power. It doesn't really matter what you choose to believe in, right? You might believe in God, you might believe in something else, you might believe that there is a superior force out there. But try to see how you can find insight from the higher power, actually, and see how you can heal. And that's another thing that if you have seen any of my readings so far, you will know. You cannot get into a relationship and expect, well, you can, but you cannot really expect to have a successful relationship if you don't heal first. There is an element of healing because else you are going to put a lot of pressure on the relationship itself, right? Because you're expecting a lot from your partner. And I'm sorry, but your partner is not there to heal you. He's not there to be your doctor. He's not there to be your physician. He's not there to be your nurse, right? Yeah, obviously, there are going to be events that you guys are going to go through together and you're going to be there for each other. But it's a huge difference between expecting your partner to heal you. It's a huge difference. Okay, so I am going to move to the tarot. I'm using the Starman Tarot. This is an absolutely gorgeous deck. I'm using it quite a bit during my readings. So let's see. Let's see where is the connection between the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Oh, wow. Okay. So first of the cards is the Starman. Actually, this deck has 79 cards instead of 78 because it has two of the Starman. In this deck, the Starman is actually the magician, is the ability to manifest. It's, if you look at this card, he is very much at peace. He is in tune with his emotions, with what he feels, in tune with the universe, in tune with the universal energy, has his chakras opened. And if you look here, you can see he has his chakras opened. Wide, wide, wide open. Holding the wand, holding a cup. This is a strong card of manifestation, but you can only manifest from a place where you have healed. You can manifest from a place where you are at peace, where you manage to connect with, you quiet your mind, right? You meditate, you go within, you understand yourself, you know exactly what you want, what you wish for. This is how you manifest, basically. This is how you manifest. He's very much in tune. But in the same time, there is an interesting mix here. Because then you have the King of Swords. So someone is manifesting and somehow I feel is the masculine. And to me, the Magician card, it's the Magician card is ruled by Mercury, right? The sword suit is also ruled by Mercury. So it's a lot of thoughts, communication. Is going to be a lot of communication. And I feel all of these are going to be now during Virgo season. We are already in Virgo season. The sun entered Virgo. The moon will enter Virgo later on this month, actually. I think around the 20th something. We have the new moon in Virgo. So there you go. You have the King of Swords. This is someone who's very much in their power. But this is someone who is very much logical. So there is a mix. It's one thing to wish for things, to manifest them, right? And it's another thing to make a logical plan of how to get there, how to achieve what you wish for, right? So this guy here, to me, it looks like someone who has, in general, the King of Swords is either a counselor, someone who's in the law enforcement, has a military background, someone who's very rational, someone who has been through life, someone who has experienced life. It's someone who's experienced, someone who's not necessarily very emotional, but it's someone that you can count on, you can rely on. And if I have a problem, and if I want a solution, definitely I will go to a King of Swords. See where I'm getting with that? And the third card that comes out, but this could be a lawyer. Maybe someone is trying to get themselves single. Maybe someone is asking for help to build something. The Eight of Pentacles. So it's not only manifesting your dreams and then taking no action whatsoever, but it's also making a practical plan, using logic, using determination. For me, what I feel very much here, this is either the divine masculine or the divine feminine. I would be more inclined to say is the divine masculine, using logic, using rationale, but also somehow manifesting all of these things. You guys need to know that the roles can be reversed, and you take what resonates, leave the rest as usual. So we have the Eight of Pentacles. Someone who is very focused on building something, creating something. To me, it looks like this guy stands on this perfect cubicle structure, and then he's building his own constellation of stars. You know, wish upon a star, right? You are looking up in the sky and hoping to find that one shooting star that's going to be there for you, and so on and so forth. Well, or you can just work and create those dreams. Make those dreams come true. Just make them come true. To me, it looks as if this individual here, he's actually building his own constellation. He doesn't need the stars in the sky. He's building. Princess of Wands. Princess of Wands, this is a message, a very passionate message. This is a fresh energy. She's all light. She's very much connected to the universal energy. She sets her mind on a goal. You might be surprised. Someone might send you a message and might say, hey, you know what? I'm ready to follow my dreams. And you are part of my dreams. I'm ready for that. Meet me, talk to me. You're part of what I want. And this is a message that is coming fast. You will be totally surprised by it. This is going to take you totally by surprise. This is not something that you have been expecting to hear. Someone tells you, you know what? I know what I'm passionate about. I know what makes me happy. Now I'm ready to go for it. I'm ready. I'm ready. Let me see which other cards come out with this. Prince of Swords. Prince of Swords is someone who gathered a lot of information. In this deck, it's a very interesting Prince of Swords. So I didn't really get into the signs, but there might be an air sign here because we have swords twice. Could be a Virgo, earth sign, fire sign. But you guys know that anyone can actually take these energies. So don't get stuck into the signs. And kind of most of us, we have all of this signs in our chart, right? Prince of Swords. Prince of Swords is an individual that gathers information. Maybe someone has been spying on you for a while before they are ready to send you this message, right? They have been gathering information. They have been through their battles, especially in this deck. So if in general in the normal tarot, in the Raider's Way tarot, you have the Prince of Swords, the Knight of Swords, he's someone who's gathering information, is a spy, is this, is that. In this particular deck, this is an individual who has gained life experience. He has gathered information through life experience, has fought their battles, and this is how they learn their lessons. And in general, unfortunately, we learn our lessons through experiencing pain. That's not an amazing way to do it, but unfortunately, this is the only way to do it. When I was a child, my grandma used to say, so she would tell me, don't do this and don't do that, and so on. She raised me, actually. So And sometimes I would do exactly what she told me not to do. So she would be like, yeah, sometimes you just gotta let the kid hit their head to the ceiling so they can see it's there, you know. Well, it's a quite a literal translation that might not make sense from my native language. So yeah, but this is an individual that has learned their lessons through pain, through going experiencing life. It's exactly what I was just saying like a while back. Only if you have lived in a very remote place with no people whatsoever, this is when you experience no pain, you experience nothing at all, and then everything is. But without pain, you cannot know happiness. Without sadness, you cannot know happiness, right? Yeah, you would live a content life, but you cannot know the difference. How do you know you are happy? The death card. Something had to end. And I was just saying this earlier when. So you guys shouldn't be afraid of the death card, right? The death card means profound transformation, profound change. Now, us as humans, we don't necessarily take change and transformation, we don't particularly accept it. Oh, thank you so much, Bob. That's really nice. That's really sweet of you. Thank you. Uh, so, us as humans, we don't really like change. So, I'll give you an example. The reality we know in general, it's better than whatever else it's out there that could be insanely good, that could be absolutely amazing, but we are afraid of it because it's the unknown. Us as humans, we don't react very well to the unknown. We don't react very well to change. Even if that change is going to be incredible, is going to be amazing, but because we cannot necessarily see it in the moment, we are like, yeah, no. I'll just stay in my reality today, which could be miserable, but it's what I know. So I don't really need to risk it too much. Well, let me tell you, that doesn't bring you growth. Transformation, change, accepting change, dealing with change is what brings you growth. This is how it goes, guys. So, the death card. I want you to look closely at this card. The lights in this room, they don't really help. So you have on one side the skulls and the destruction and the death itself, right? The way we disappear, the way we become one with earth, right? We decompose. And on the other side, you have this beautiful orchid. To me, for some reason, orchids are a symbol of creation, a symbol of new. And you have a baby in a womb, right? You have here a fetus, you have a baby, and in between, you have a key. Some things in our lives have to end in order for new things to be born. Because if we don't end things that are no longer serving us, we do not have space for something new. Basically, you don't have the time. Our time is limited on this earth. Our time is limited. The time in a day we have is limited. So if we don't let things close, if we don't let go of things, we do not have the space, mental space, time-wise, to have new things. Let me have a sip of water. I actually wish they would do this. Well, I couldn't stop, and I've seen it. The sun card, the bottom of the deck. Happiness, optimism, vision. Once you let something close, once you let a chapter close in your life, you have this promise of happiness. So one of the divine counterparts, and assign the roles as they fit your situation. This is a general collective reading, right? Not everyone is going to resonate with it. If you landed on this page, it means there is a message here for you. Unfortunately, I cannot tell you where, right? Because I don't know. And it would be scary to know. I don't want to know that much. There is a promise of happiness once you let go of the old and embrace the new. Embrace the new life. There is really a promise of happiness here. There are some notifications I'm receiving. I need to check this because they come from YouTube, but I don't know how to see them in this live thingy. How do I do this? Oh, this is pretty. Oh, this is really pretty. So, my best friend, she just said hello and hi, Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie. Oh, Stephanie posted a comment for the Scorpio reading. This is so cute. Sorry, got distracted, but I see them on the phone. I think we live in this era where we kind of get distracted with these devices. I have an ability to see them with the corner of my eye. It's like really, really weird. The Tower. There is a structure that had to come down. There was a structure that had to come down. And if you have been with me from the beginning of this reading, you have seen that I have been mentioning that to me, this lightning bolt is very much the Tower card. It's very much similar to the Tower card. So I'm not surprised this came out. So what the universe is telling you right now is, if you choose not to let go of the old in order to make space for the new, the universe is still going to crumble the structure that you are holding on to. Because this is not your true life path. This is not where you should be. This is not where you should be going. You are stagnating in a situation that does no longer serve you. It's not good for you. Whatever the universe has prepared for you out there, it's so much better. It's so much more incredible. And the universe is telling you, go experience it. If you choose to hold on to what you have, the universe is going to intervene. Because there is as much as you can be stuck in a situation, you know. In this life, we go through different circumstances. We go through different events. You need to know that all of them, even if in the moment you cannot see that, all of them are for your higher good. Okay? All of them are for your higher good. Some of them are lessons. Some of them are blessings. But again, it's exactly what I was saying like a few minutes back. You learn the lessons. You learn new things through lessons, and in general through pain. We don't learn lessons when we are like, yeah, all is good and this and that, and I'm all happy. So if you choose to stay in the structure that was crumbling anyway, the universe is going to come in, the divine is going to come in. And no matter how strong it seemed, because if you look at this card, okay, so I'm trying to do this. You have this Stonehenge type of structures here, and then you have like a very futuristic building, right? It's like as if, well, I think they say about the Stonehenge that it was something related to aliens and whatever else. I don't know the story. If you guys know it, just write it in the chat. Whatever it was, right? It wasn't meant to be. No matter how strong it seemed, no matter how incredible it seemed, undestroyable, indestructible. When the universe steps in, they wipe out everything to make space for the new, in order to align you to your higher purpose, to align you to your true destiny, basically. Well, sweetheart Nat, I cannot really. Amariotti, maybe. It's not a private reading. I don't offer private readings. It's a general collective reading. Maybe you are going to figure out a message in all of this. Maybe you are going to resonate with something, but this is not a private reading, and it doesn't really work like that. Okay, so it's not a private reading. Sorry. So hopefully you are going to find a message here. Well, this is a love reading. Try to listen it from the beginning and see what you resonate with. Welcome. Well, there was no other way, actually. The Sacred Clown. In this deck, this is the Fool card, right? This is the Fool card. So you have this promise of a brand new beginning. Brand new. So you see this individual here. What in this particular deck is very important to me. He wears that kind of clown hat and so on and so forth. But he's surrounded by white light. He's peaceful. He's protected. He's protected by the divine. He's on a brand new path. He doesn't have shoes, and there are a lot of bear traps around, but he's tiptoeing. He's tiptoeing. Because he's heading towards what's meant for him. It could be that special person. It could be, we all have that special person in our lives. You choose to name it twin flame. You choose to name it soulmate. We're all heading towards that. We all have that special person. I know there are readers out there that say, oh no, not everyone has a twin flame. What makes you think that? Who says that, actually? Why wouldn't all of us have a twin flame? Why wouldn't all of us have our divine counterpart? Like that, I've never understood why. Maybe just because I don't want to accept that. That would make some of us more special than the others. That would make one of us more special than the others. Why would that be the case? You know? So someone is starting a new journey. And if you look behind him is the sun. It's a symbol for the sun. The sun in the tarot deck is happiness. We've seen it earlier on in the deck, at the bottom of the deck, when I sneak peeked. Is the sun. And not only he has happiness, he has the optimism, he has the joy. He has the courage. The Fool is a brave individual. It takes a lot of bravery to step into a new life. But whichever one of the divine counterparts, and maybe both. This could resonate for both of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. There is this journey, manifesting what you want, using logic, using rational, trying to build, figuring out what your passions are and in which direction to go, gathering more information, healing wounds of the past, and then deciding to let go of whatever it does not. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. That's really sweet. Oh, thank you so much. I was actually waiting for you. You are so sweet. I've seen your comment for the Scorpio reading. Thank you so much. You're super, super sweet. So yeah, and there is, it comes a moment in life when you have to let go of the things that no longer serve you. And if you don't, the universe intervenes and you have to let go, and it puts you on a new path. A new path where you're promised happiness. Where you are promised happiness. And not only he has the sun behind him, but he's shooting flames from his fingers. He's creating his own happiness. He's absolutely creating his own happiness. What can be better than that? To have the ability to create your own happiness. Because at the end of the day, we are all responsible for being happy. It is a birthright. We all have the right for that. But it's a series of actions that take us there. And if we don't accomplish it in this lifetime, because we have been stubborn or we have been staying in situations that are not good for us, because we are not brave enough, because, I don't know, comfort. In the next life, you got to learn the same lesson, and you got to learn to be brave. I always say this, and this is one of my favorite expressions, and it's a mantra that I live my life with. Fortune favors the brave. 7 of Wands. This is, you see in this card here, you don't really know if he's protecting himself from attacks. If this attacks, so you definitely have if this individual is protecting himself from something, okay? There are those ones, that's a real threat. There are those ones coming towards him. But there are two scenarios in how I see in this card, because you don't see if these ones are shocked by someone or this individual is attracting them. Your thoughts become actions. If you constantly think that there is some danger out there and you constantly live in fear, then, we create so many scenarios in our minds. And we are afraid of so many things. And we always put the what if and what if and what if and what if, and it's fine. It's good. It protects us from getting into trouble. But what if 99% of our fears, they never come true? There is only 1% of all of the things that we are afraid of. I have this stupid habit of asking myself, well, what's the worst that can happen? In general, when I ask myself that, the universe shows me what's the worst that can happen. But on the other hand, I cannot choose to live in fear. I'm not really good at making decisions. I actually wait until the last moment. Yeah, I'm not better than you guys, by the way. I try to live by my words, but I make 1,000 million mistakes in my day-to-day life. So the same way, I have 1,000 fears. Today I had to fight one of my fears. I've been postponing this. I've been postponing this coming live in front of you for several reasons. One of them is because one of my best friends died. So that has thrown me off really bad. And she was the person that I have been talking to every day from the moment I would wake up till the moment I would go to sleep. We would have like this amazing exchanges, and she was getting ready to visit. But depression took her away from us, and I didn't really realize. So I was planning the whole month of August to come live and so on and so forth. But on the other hand, I've been giving myself excuses as well, out of fear. How is this going to go? Am I really ready to come in front of these people and talk in front of them? And, you know, yeah, I'm not very comfortable with the camera. As you guys can see, I have like a bunch of tics. Had to put a bunch of makeup on because I have my own insecurities. So yeah, but these are fears. You guys are giving me amazing feedback. You are incredible. I love you so much. So you see, I worked through one of the fears, and I've been talking about myself just to give you an example, right? 7 of Wands. Are these things that you are protecting yourself from real, or are they imagined? Are they imagined? Are they real? This is a question that only you can answer. This is a question that only you can answer. So, when I found that, just love. But when I found that, I found some sadness and darkness too. Well, unfortunately, Nat, it's true. Love is not always pretty. Love is a lot of suffering as well, especially if you fall in love with the wrong person, if it's not reciprocated, if it's not the right people are out there to play games. It's part of life. I don't know how to tell you, Mariotti, how to avoid that. I wish I could, but it's part of life. It's part of, we learn our lessons also. And there is another thing I always say. The people that come in our lives, some of them are blessings and others are lessons. If I look back to all of the people that I have interacted with, and I had my heart broken from them, they were lessons. I learned bigger and better things. I learned bigger and better things. So let's move on. Let's see who's protecting themselves from what. And then, after we go through pain and we go through heartbreak, we have this need to protect ourselves. We put walls, we put boundaries, we put barriers. We are like, no, I'm never going to love again. I'm never going to do this again. Until it happens next time. If you don't take a chance, you don't take a risk, you will never know how it's going to go. You will never know. So let's move on. The Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is abundant. She's loving. To me, she's the minor arcana of the Empress. She's mature. This could be also something related to Virgo season, where we are dealing with Earth sign. She's grounded. She's stable. She's nurturing. She's abundant. She's harvest. She worked on herself. She built herself up. She has built herself up. She's ready to give to the right individual. How does she know who the right individual is? Well, it's experience at times, but it's also test and trial. I feel that there is something related to something that is going to happen around October. Because I see this pumpkin here. Or it just maybe it's, there is a pumpkin, I swear there is a pumpkin. Maybe I'm just waiting for the pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks. But I feel there is something related to harvest time. You have the DNA here, leaving a legacy behind. Leaving a legacy behind. So I feel that the time frame of this, you know, when I was telling you earlier, there is summer, winter. There are strong events going to happen during this time. Events that have started this summer are going to go full cycle by the end of winter. And there is a moment of huge transformation. But there is also a moment, I was telling you, the Queen of Pentacles is, to me at least, the minor arcana version of the Empress. The Empress gives birth. The Empress gives birth to a new life. And I have been talking about that with the Death card. I have been talking about that. Harvest. Someone is ready to reap the benefits. We have at the bottom of the deck the nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is, again, to me, a minor arcana version of the Empress. But the Nine of Pentacles, it's someone who is single, who is in their power, who doesn't need someone but wants someone in their life. Wants someone in their life. Okay. So let's pick up a few more cards, and then I'm going to see where my oracle deck is. I have a cute oracle deck with messages. So we'll see what the Divine Feminine will tell to the Divine Masculine, and the other way around. Yeah. Someone is having this moment of realization that if they don't take action soon, they're going to lose an opportunity. Someone has been waiting for a long time for that heart, someone to come with their heart on their sleeve. And there is a sense of despair. There is a sense of despair. In general, the Four of Cups, to me, would say more boredom. But in this particular deck is a sense of despair. That guy is like desperate. Someone needed to wait for the other person to heal, or has been hoping for the other person to heal. Okay. There has been a lot of hope, and there has been, hi there. There has been a lot of hoping and waiting. Hi, Pratt. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I'm horrible with names. So yeah, someone has been waiting for their divine counterpart to give them their heart, to be ready to give their heart. And they have been waiting for a while, and somehow they kind of have lost hope, hence why the despair. Someone has been feeling very defeated. Someone has been feeling very defeated. That's why I was telling you desperate. Wounded, defeated. Sweetheart, I actually don't answer questions in the chat because this is not a private reading. There is no way I could do a private reading for you like that. Also, I don't offer private readings. Because in general, when I do private readings, I need the person to be in front of me. I would prefer that. So if I'm going to tell you some life-altering things, I would prefer to do that. Okay. So, and I'm not offering private readings. Hey, Laura, how are you? Beautiful. I love all of those emojis. I'm one. When you come back, Laura, you are going to be in one of the readings with me. What? Only me alone? Laura is actually my friend. She made this beautiful, beautiful painting. I'm actually going to post it in the community page. It's a beautiful collage. She constantly wants to take it out of my house to improve it, and I'm not letting her. I told her, any more improvements you want to make are happening here. This doesn't leave my place. So I was at the 10 of Wands. Sorry, guys, for the intermission. The 10 of Wands. Someone has been very, very hurt. Very hurt. Thank you, Nath. Thank you so much. Very hurt at the end of their power. If you look at this individual here, he has so many bandages that he looks like a mummy. He looks like a mummy. You don't know if it's alive or not, or what's happening, or in which direction. No. Very, very, very hurt. But you know what? Tens are about completions. A cycle has ended. It's done. It's done. You have paid your dues. You have paid your dues. It's done. Better times are coming. There are better times out there. Because I'm looking at the bottom of the deck, and there is absolute wish fulfillment for you. With the 9 of Cups. You look at this woman here, she's all pretty in her power. She has her cups filled. She's at peace. And behind her, the geometrical figure looks to me very much like the sun. The sun, happiness, optimism, light, vision, knowing in which direction to go. Knowing in which direction to go. So I'm going to tell you guys, Laura accepted to be part of one of the readings. So that's good. She's going to entertain us in French. I'm actually enjoying this. 6 of Wands. And I felt I need to pull out another card. 6 of Wands is a card of victory. And when you are making it out of the sadness, and when you are making it out of the pain, you're going to be victorious. You're getting out of that. No one is destined to a life of pain and sorrow and being miserable all the time. No, that's not true. Happiness is a birthright. Happiness is a birthright. We all deserve to be happy. And whatever tough cycle at one point is going to end. At one point is going to end. But when this individual comes out and he's victorious, you see all of those hands trying to get a grip on him, trying to touch him and say, yes, I was part of this. I was the one who helped you do this and that. It's always like that. Whenever you come in the first place, you're always going to have people that are going to say, yeah, without me, you would have been nothing. So it's a little bit like that. It's a little bit like that. There are bigger and better things out there. There are bigger and better things out there. And this is my last card from this deck. And I was just talking about it when I was talking about the 10 of Wands. A cycle is ending. Whatever cycle with the karmic or with whomever was in your life that didn't make you happy, that cycle is ending. That cycle is done. It's honestly done. You have this woman here. She looks like a goddess. Here somewhere you have I think the Egyptian symbol, the cross for Isis. The placement is in an old factory, an abandoned factory, where nature took over. You have the eye of God. You have creation. This is Mother Nature. This is Mother Nature. A cycle is ending with the World card. Because a new cycle has to start. There are a lot of major arcana cards here. You have been manifesting this change, and maybe you haven't been realizing it. And the universe is giving it. Because the first card I pulled out from this deck was the Magician. Manifesting. Manifesting. You have been manifesting this new path. And then you have the World card. This is, again, very abundant. You look at her. She creates something new. You have gained wisdom from the cycle that is ending, and something new is about to start. Allow it. And in order to allow it, you have to close whatever chapters in your life are not working out, This is gorgeous. The thing with me is that in general, the messages, I'm never one to tell you, well, unless it's very visible in the cards. And sometimes that appears. But what I feel that the twin flame soulmate type of journey is a journey of growth. It's a journey of growth. Nat, you are asking me when. There are no clocks in the universe, right? The divine timing is very different from the timing of our timing. Us as humans, we felt the need to design our pretty watches and our clocks and to divide the time into seconds and minutes and hours and months and years and I don't know what. But that's very different from the divine timing. Things happen in divine timing. I know it's a very, very frustrating concept to deal with. I hate it. I hate it myself because I'm not a patient person. Let me bring my, oh yeah. So I'm gonna pull out some messages. So let's see what your divine counterpart is saying. I'm not gonna divide it into divine masculine and divine feminine, but rather the person that you are thinking about, what they are saying. This is a very pretty deck I got. Actually, I was with my friend Nora when we found it. It's called You Plus Me. It has both in English and Arabic because I got it in Abu Dhabi. Let's check this out. Your smile is the reason why I have a twinkle in my eye and love in my heart. We can only see the left corner. It does, yeah. I'm actually going to take a pretty picture of it and I'm going to put it in the community tab, in the community page, so you guys can see it because it doesn't, I will need to switch a lot the camera and then I lose the angle that seemed pretty for me, but I'm gonna post it. It says journey and then it says les enfants terribles and then it says rebels and then it has a lot of brands because my friend is a fashion designer. So yeah, but this is journal, not journey, sorry. Oh, thanks. I have a lot of tattoos actually. I love tattoos. Um, yeah. Maybe at the end, if you guys remind me, I'm gonna read you my manifesto that is here on my arm. Actually, I think that's a good way to end our first reading. So, your smile is the reason why I have a twinkle in my eye and love in my heart. This is what your divine counterpart would like to tell you. We'll pick up a few of these. Oh, this is so gorgeous. Check this out. The love we give away is the only love we keep. This is gorgeous. But it's like what you put out there is what you receive. So that's a pretty much clear concept. Let's see. No matter where I went, I always knew my way back to you. You are my compass star. Actually, this tattoo here, because you guys have been mentioning the tattoos, this one, I've done it for my partner, actually. And it's the nautical star. And it's to always show me the way back home. So this reminded me of that. And you guys mentioned tattoos. No matter where I went, I always knew my way back to you. You're my compass star. So gorgeous. It's true when you have that special soulmate, it doesn't matter how much shit happens around it, you will always go back to that person. Love is not finding someone to live with. It's finding someone you can't live without. I'm gonna start crying. I can feel it. I can feel it. So, I don't know if you guys have seen any of my readings so far and so on and so forth. As the name of the channel says, Glamour Spell Tarot, right? Sometimes I pull out spells. Well, maybe you totally disagree with the concept of making a spell. Maybe you don't want to do it. Do you want to know why spells work? It's the same way with manifesting. It's the power of your thoughts. Okay? So the power of spells, they don't really sit into the ingredients. You can create a spell out of anything, right? It's what you believe at the end of the day. So I'm gonna pull out a few because I feel, so I have the spells deck. I feel that the messages are very interesting and they blend well with the readings in general. And if you don't believe in magic, you don't need to do any magic spell. That's fine. Okay? So I'm not forcing anyone to do magic. I just feel there are additional messages, and it's a 78 deck of charms, remedies, rituals for the modern mystic. I have like a little bit of this new age type perspective on things. Saturn, both god and planet. Saturn is the taskmaster and the representation of Father Time. Well, you have been asking Nat about time, and I think you're getting your answer here. Invoke Saturn when needing discipline, focus, and clear boundaries. Sustainable success is only achieved with Saturn's firm hand pushing you to let go of bad habits and destructive patterns. When I was telling you this is very, very much connected, when this spells and messages from the spell deck, what I have been telling you, where you have to let go and this and that, that's what I've been talking about for the past hour. Sorry. On a Saturday morning, draw a bath. and add any of Saturn's herbs: cypress, fumitory, mullein, witch hazel, or shepherd's purse. Include an obsidian stone. I actually have it. This is my obsidian. I just cannot pronounce it right now. Include an obsidian stone in the bath so it can be charged with the grounding and sobering effects of Saturn. After your bath, bury the herbs outside. Keep the obsidian in your workspace or in your pocket whenever you need Saturn's grounding assistance. So this is an interesting plan for a Saturday. It's about grounding and it's about letting go of what no longer serves you. Scrying. A black mirror, a pool of water, and a crystal ball are all ancient tools used for scrying or divination. Using the dark moon or Samhain, cast a circle and quietly gaze into your scrying object. Chant. Scrying tool reveal profound truth and inner wisdom from all that seems mysterious, shrouded in velvet veils. May all answers be reflected with the sacred tool, so mote it be. Some witches see things appear in the reflection, have prophetic dreams at night, or experience light bulb moments when least expected after scrying. To me, scrying is very much a way of meditating. It's very much the equivalent of that. You choose to look at the dot on the wall and focus on it, or you choose to look in a crystal ball. Same thing, same concept, absolutely the same concept. Want to do it with the tools, with the scrying tools, do it with the scrying tools. It is the same concept. Nath, I actually cannot answer that for you. This is only you that can decide. I know. You need to feel in your heart. It's like it's what you feel at the end of the day, you know? It's what you feel. Fire. An invocation for fire to be used when calling in the elements during a circle or connected to sacred flames. Face the south direction in your circle. Use a compass for assistance. Hold up your athame and recite the following. Mary meet south, element of fire. Your flames of passion, heart, and vision ignite us. We ask for your bold strength in our rites, so mote it be. When closing a circle, Mary path south, we thank you for the guiding, teaching, and illuminating our rites. One more. Candle. I like candle magic, actually. This is very easy. You just light a candle and then you focus on it. And with the shape-shifting powers of wax, candle represent the element of fire and also faith, transformation, and inspiration. Candles are synonymous with magic, for they are accessible and easy to use. To ignite the flames of magic, all you need is a small white candle, a clear intention, and a symbol that represents it. Carve a magical symbol into the candle. For love, you draw a heart or the symbol of Venus. Dress the candle with olive oil or any oils or herbs that correspond to your intention. Visualize your goals and raise energy by chanting, dancing, or moving around the circle. When you feel peak inspiration, light the candle and call out to the universe. So mote it be. Yeah, guys, so now let me tell you, because I promised I'm going to tell this. So I have this tattoo here on my arm. It's from a book I love by Jack Kerouac. It's called On the Road. Jack Kerouac is a Canadian, French-Canadian, who was living in the US around the 40s, 50s, the beat generation. So this is from his book. The only people for me are the mad ones, the ones that are meant to live, meant to talk, meant to be saved, desirous of everything at the same time, the ones that never yawn or say a commonplace thing, but burn, burn, burn like fabulous yellow Roman candles exploding like spiders across the stars. That's what's written on my arm. So, on this note, I think that's what love is, that madness. The madness to live, the madness to talk, the madness to be with that special someone. Thank you guys for being with me. I'm going to let you know soon when I'm going to come live again. I kind of like doing this. This is kind of fun. You guys have been amazing. Really, thank you so much. And the readings for September have started coming out. And make sure to check the channel to find your sign. And yeah, don't be a stranger. Drop me a comment. I always like to interact with you guys. Thank you so, so, so much. You guys have been awesome. Tons of love. Bye.